let's see, it looks like everybody's settled in. So we're here just to make sure you're all in the right place. We're going to be talking about the Kaysinger Basin Bridge Bundle. This is the industry meeting for that design build project. Okay, and the agenda, since we are MoDOT, we like to provide you guys a roadmap. So this is what we're going to be going over. Introductions and housekeeping, project purpose, project goals, budget, schedule, overview. We're going to kind of show you, go county by county, bridge by bridge, discuss the risks, go over our design or DBE and workforce goals, and then kind of circle back with RFQ, SOQ schedule. So starting with housekeeping. As I think you're all aware, we are recording this, so just be aware of that. If you could keep side conversations, questions to the end, I promise we're going to have plenty of time for that. If you have a phone or some other noise-making device on you, please turn that off or silence it. Let's see. And if you have not already, please, before you leave, sign in, because we're going to have that information posted on our website. Okay, emergency plan. Again, safety is very important to MoDOT. So, in case of a fire, we have this exit here, but I think probably we're going to want to run out this way and meet up in the parking lot. In case of a tornado, I think the weather's pretty nice, but you just never know. It is Missouri. We're going to go out these doors, hang a left to the women's locker room. That's where the storm shelter is. If you don't want to make it there, just around the corner to the left are the restrooms. Those will work as a storm shelter as well. Let's see. We have AED down the hall in case of a medical emergency. Let's see. Bethany said she would do the CPR. And AED. Okay. Oh no, Brittany's doing the AED. Bethany is doing CPR, and was it Terrell was going to call 911? No, Dave was going to call 911. Sorry about that. I had this all sorted before the meeting, but then I got sidetracked. Okay, so I think we're good on the emergency plan. So now I'm going to introduce the core team. I am Shannon Kellner. I'm the project director for the Kaysinger Basin Bridge Bundle. Matt Koppitz is the project's deputy director. Terrell Desha back there is our project engineer, project specialist. We have Bethany Willis. Dean Frankie, who's not here, he is our bridge liaison. And Brittany Mitchell is our community liaison. And with us, we have our owner's engineer representative from Wilson and Company. We have Dorothy Hallbrook. Okay. So, getting into the purpose of this bridge bundle. It's pretty straightforward. We want to replace or rehabilitate poor condition rated bridges within the Kaysinger Basin Regional Planning Commission area. Okay, so the Kaysinger Basin area is, it's kind of located, it's 7 counties located in the kind of middle western part of the state. It serves 7 counties, like I said, Bates County, Benton, Cedar, Henry, Hickory, St. Clair, and Vernon counties. As you all came in, you probably noticed this is a pretty rural area with a population of a little more than 100,000 folks. There's a lot of farming going on up here. We also have recreational activities around the lakes. We have Truman Lake here, Pomme de Terre, and Stockton Lake to the south. And it is also, these 7 counties are home to 80 poor condition bridges. And those are the green, yellow, and red spots on the map, if you can see it there. For this project, we have selected 15 of these poor condition bridges as our kind of primary bridges to replace or rehabilitate. Those are in green. And then we have 10 additional poor condition bridges as alternates. Those are in the yellow. Okay, project goals. This is what it's going to guide us through this whole process. To start with, we want to safely deliver the project within the program budget of $38 million. This programmed amount includes our internal engineering for design and construction, as well as utilities, right-of-way, contingency funds, stipends, as well as our contract for the design build. Number 2, we want to maximize the number of locations to be addressed while providing quality, low maintenance structures and roadway approaches. We're targeting 25 bridges here, and we don't want our maintenance forces to have to do anything to these bridges for some time. So once they get rebuilt or rehabbed, We want them to be good to go for a long time. Number 3, we want to minimize our impacts to the public through diligent construction efforts, flexibility in scheduling, and proactive communication. Again, with 25 bridges, we're going to be impacting a lot of communities. So we're going to be pushing the team to complete the work in a timely manner. And we're going to need to have flexibility to coordinate with the various activities going around for lake season, school schedules, bus routes. We also have a lot of festivals in this area throughout the year that we're going to need to coordinate with. And that's going to require some proactive communication, not only with the communities and the stakeholders, but also within the design team, the design build team. Next up, we want to deliver the project utilizing a diverse workforce. This is a MoDOT thing, and we want the diversity of our contractors and consultants to reflect the communities that we're serving. And last, we want to complete the project on or before November 17th, 2027. Project budget, this is probably the big number you guys are looking for. For a design build contract, we have just under $28.2 million. That's for the contract. And then for each shortlisted team, we have $160,000 set aside per team for the stipend. Schedule. So issue the request for qualifications, RFQ. That's today. That's already out on our website, so you can go out there and check it out right now, whenever you want to. And then the deadline for submitting questions for the RFQ is going to be August 29th. And then the final responses will be posted, and an addendum to the RFQ will be issued, if needed, September 9th. And then the SOQ, Statement of Qualifications, that'll be due September 23rd. That's a Monday. We want those in at 10 a.m. And then we will announce the shortlist teams a couple weeks after, probably like late September, early October, in that time frame. And then issue the RFP, request for proposals, then in October. Those proposals and price allocations will be due in January, and then we will announce the selection of our best value team in like March, April timeframe. Okay, project overview. So this kind of gives you an idea of what the spread is for these bridges. They're kind of all over in the 7-county area. So again, we have 15 primary bridges. Those are the green stars. 13 of those are required replacements, with 3 redecks as a minimum treatment. And then our yellow circles, those are our alternate bridges. And we have 10 of those. 4 are required replacements, with the remaining 6 with the redeck as a minimum treatment. And the asterisk there, the subject to change, we're still kind of going through the risk assessment process on some of these, so it might shift a bit, but this is where we are today, and it's not going to be too far off from this. Just be aware that things change. Okay, so county by county. We have Bates County, which is the county directly west of here. We have 3 primary bridges and 1 as an alternate. And I do want to point out that those 2 primary bridges in the north there are on I-49. They're sister bridges, so just be aware that you'll have to kind of coordinate those 2. Benton County is the county directly west of here. We have 1 primary bridge there in the corner, and that's a replacement. Cedar County, that's 2 counties south of here. We have 5 total bridges. 4 of those are primary with 1 alternate. Henry County, which is where we are, and they win the award for the most bridges per county, because we have 7 set up in Henry County. 5 of those primary, 2 alternates. Hickory County, just 1 alternate bridge on that one. St. Clair County, we have 1 primary and 3 alternates. And St. Clair County is the county that's directly south of here. Vernon County is south and west of here. We've got 1 primary bridge there in the city of Nevada, and then 2 alternate bridges. Okay, so risks kind of that we know of and we want to go over. Environmental, it's always a concern. We've got our evaluation process in progress, and we're aware of a handful of issues out there, but we think that the majority of the bridges are going to be categorical exclusions, which means there's really no impact to humans or the environment, so we should be good to go on those. And we do anticipate having the NEPA clearance by the release of the RFP. Right-of-way should be pretty minimal. Right now we're looking at probably just one bridge that we're going to widen out, so we're going to need additional right-of-way for the slope widening, and we are working through this process. Hydrology and hydraulics. Dorothy and her group are working through this right now, and we anticipate we'll have the existing base hydraulics provided at the release of the RFP. Design exceptions, these are going to be similar to any other rural bridge. As far as what we're looking at, we anticipate there might be some freeboard exceptions, also perhaps some bridge in treatment exceptions. These are low volume roads. Some of them have existing delineators, and if the volume is low enough and there's no crash history, we could go back with the delineators instead of replacing them and adding guardrail, but we'll need a design exception for that. MOT, maintenance of traffic. Most of these are 2-lane, kind of, again, rural bridges in the middle of nowhere. We anticipate full closures for most of those, with the exception of the 2 bridges on I-49. Because they're sister bridges, we anticipate we could do temporary crossovers and head-to-head and then switch for those. Okay, so the DBE and workforce, this ties back in to one of our project goals, which is to deliver the project utilizing a diverse workforce. So for our disadvantaged business enterprise goals, we've got 10% for construction activities and 12% per professional services. Our workforce goals are 5.6 minorities by trade and 6.9 female by trade, with 2 on-the-job trainees for construction. Okay, just a real quick hitting on the schedule again for the RFQ SOQ. Like I said, we've got the RFQ out today. Deadline for submitting any questions on that will be August 29th, 2 p.m. And then we will have the responses to those questions posted and issue an addendum if needed by September 9th. And then our SOQs are due September 23rd at 10 a.m. So real quick, our website. I think probably most of you have already visited the website, but if not, that's our address there. We've got the QR codes posted around, so if you're the kind of person who wants to take a picture with your phone, that'll take you there. But yeah, we're going to have the RFQ posted out there already. Today's presentation, the video and the slides will be out there probably by the end of the day tomorrow. The sign-in sheet will go out there probably by the end of the day tomorrow or early next week, and then we'll have some early to release information out there, as-built survey. That'll be out there probably sometime next week. We'll get that out there. So that's all the talking that I'm really going to do. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity, if you want to introduce yourselves with your name, company, services you provide, if you're a DBE. Or if you're shy, we've got this room for the next hour and a half or so. You can come, you can mingle and introduce yourselves anytime while we've got this room. So having no takers, I'll open it up to questions. So what questions do you have for me and the team?
Do you have any guidance on what the scoring criteria will be at this point?
We're still working through that. Yeah. So yeah, nothing to, yes.
Yeah, Shannon, I was going to ask you, is there going to be any chance that there will be a draft release of the RFP or any portion of it like the ITP?
I don't anticipate that we'd be releasing a draft, no, so it'll all just kind of hit at once. Okay, well, seeing no other questions at this time, I thank you guys for listening to my presentation. And again, I will be here for the next hour and a half, so feel free to come up and introduce yourselves, ask away. Thank you.